What is this? There's oil everywhere. Apparently, the 96 through 98 Cobras tend to leak. They tend to have an oil leak right here in the oil cooler. The O-rings tend to leak, so that's a common problem with these cars. I believe 2001, 99 and 2001 Cobras also have the same problem, as well as the 04, 03, 04 Mach 1s. Basically all the dual overhead cam 4.6 motors, they tend to have a leak. But there's oil pretty much everywhere. So I'm gonna see if I can go ahead, fix this problem, and maybe get that taken care of. Maybe get that leak fixed, because this is a big mess. Now that I got the oil filter removed, this stud is the only thing that holds on the oil cooler onto the block. So first, before anything, I'm gonna tighten it down, because after a while, those will tend to come loose and cause oil leaks. So before I take anything apart, I'm first gonna tighten that down, and hopefully that takes care of the problem. Okay, that didn't work. Once I tightened down the stud and turned the car back on, it started leaking again. So I'm gonna have to take it all apart. Now that I drained the coolant, I gotta disconnect a hose that connects the radiator to the oil cooler. Next, I unbolted the stud that holds the oil cooler. So that's about to come out. So next I should be able to just take the oil cooler out. There's the oil cooler, pulled it out of the car. You gotta change the O-rings. But there's also an adapter that connects the oil cooler to the block. I still gotta take that one off and change the gasket on that one, and hopefully that'll keep it from leaking as well. And up in there is the adapter that connects to the block. I also need to change the gasket that's been between the adapter and the block. That might be leaking as well. Adapter's out. Here's the gasket that goes in between the adapter and the block. This I'm going to change out. Hopefully that'll work. And I got to clean all this up. There's got oil all over it. So next is to get the replacement parts. Alright, the adapter's clean. And there's the new gasket to put it back onto the block. Okay, adapter's bolted back onto the block. Alright, so it's a week later. Basically, I was waiting on these O-rings to come in because I ordered those in order to rebuild the oil cooler and change. Basically, I'm going to change out all the O-rings within the cooler, get that done, and then put it all back onto the car. And there we go. O-rings are all changed out. Just need to reassemble the oil cooler and put it back on. Next step done. Oil cooler back onto the car. Now just to hook up the coolant hose and put an oil filter back on it, fill it back up with oil, and then we'll start it up and check if there's any oil leaks after that. That's it. Oil cooler's on, oil filter's on, hoses are plugged up, Everything's ready to go. So now all we have to do is start it up and see if the oil pressure causes any leaks. If it doesn't, we'll be good. There we go. Everything's running good. I don't see any leaks. Looks like we fixed it. And look, it's done.